Hello, this is Patricia Garner with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you are watching the Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We are here today to talk with candidates running in the November 5th, 2024 general election. And we're grateful for the support of the Carol and Velma Salling Foundation, the League of Women Voters of Portland Education Fund, the Weiss Foundation, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me is Rick Sanders, who's running for Director, Urban Flood Safety and Water Quality District number 4. Welcome, Rick Sanders.
Well, thank you, Chair.
Sure, great. Okay. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for this office.
Well, first of all, thank you, Trish, and thank you to the League of Women Voters for this opportunity. Well, a little bit about myself. I remember when I was a kid, we'd load up in the Plymouth and we'd all go out Marine Drive to look at the boats and watch the airplanes, and had a good time there. And I grew up hearing stories about the Vanport flood, the first-person stories about the day that the second largest city in Oregon was wiped out. And so, I've always been aware of the place. It's been close to my heart. And I really appreciate, kind of the resources that we have here. On a more immediate note, according to the Army Corps of Engineers, on any given year, we have a higher chance of losing our homes to a flood than a major fire or significant earthquake. Hearing that really got my attention. It got me paying attention to flood control measures in this area. Also, after Katrina and that disaster down in New Orleans, FEMA and the Army Corps of Engineers up the ante for what the requirements are for certification and accreditation of flood control measures. And we're a little behind right now, but we have some time to catch up and improve the infrastructure that we have. The risks are that with changes in the environment, we're going to be getting more high water events. And if we don't maintain this certification, we are at risk of losing our access to affordable flood insurance that's federally subsidized, and for changes in how people get permits for their businesses, for their homes. And, as somebody who lives within sight of the levees, this is really important to me. I live in an unincorporated portion of Multnomah County, which means that as a board member, or they call them directorships, I wouldn't be beholden to any particular business, government entity, or city, but I could work at large, I think, to coordinate and take into account the needs of all the communities involved.
You're listening to the Video Voters Guide interview and podcast of Rick Sanders, who's running for District Director, Urban Flood Safety and Water Quality District number 4. What do you understand to be the infrastructure needs of the district, and how would you finance the most critical ones?
Let's look at finance first. The voters in this area made a bold move, at a time when even the governor was asking for no new bond or tax measures. The voters of this area decided that, yes, indeed, they would fund these infrastructure improvements to protect our natural resources, to protect our homes and businesses, to protect our airport and, railroads and highways that come through this area. So the bond measure is providing a good portion of the funds. The state legislature has talked about providing another, 50 million or so. And the federal government is promising, as long as we're working in good faith, that they will work to provide a substantial portion of the funds involved. So it's not so much deciding what the funding streams are going to be, but this is a volunteer position to work towards managing those funds, kind of overseeing them, seeing that they're used in a transparent, professional, and ethical manner that speaks to all the communities involved.
Well, we're heading to the end just a bit here, but what skills, experience, and interests make you a qualified candidate for this position?
Oh, geez. Okay, I'm not a hydrologist. I'm not an accountant. I don't have specific expertise in a lot of these areas. However, my background is in mental health, working in hospitals, and also as a school psychologist. And in that role, I've worked with a wide variety of communities. I've worked with a lot of very technical information and have had to pick up processes in a rather rapid manner. Some of the most fun I have had, in addition to working with people in needs from a wide variety of communities, the Native American community, the LGBT community, mental health community, public services, courts, and so on, schools, teachers, administrators, and so on. I've had to deal with a lot of federal, state, and local regulations. I'm wonkish, and I take some joy in that. Also, some of my favorite work that I have ever done has been with committees of people who have chosen to be where they are. I did some work with the Office of the State Fire Marshal and with a threat assessment system for the Portland area. And it's just a joy to work with people who want to collaborate and want to make the systems around them work for them in a sustainable and supportive way.
Thank you, Rick Sanders.
And thank you, Trish, and thank you to the League of Women Voters. I'm just excited and grateful for this opportunity. Have a good day.
You too. This concludes our video voters guide and podcast interview of the League of Women Voters of Portland of Rick Sanders, who is running for District Director, Urban Flood Safety and Water Quality District number 4. Remember, Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Be sure to inform yourself about the candidates and exercise your right to vote. Thank you for your interest.